The performance of a neutralization reaction by completing titration is another method used to find the concentration of a substance. It involves the reaction of a triton to the measured volume of a solution. The indicator is used to signal the conclusion of titration, which is known as the endpoint. Specific tools are used for this procedure, such as graduated pipette, volumetric pipette, and a burette. The pH scale is utilized to represent the level of alkalinity or acidity in a solution. This scale is a quantity of the hydrogen ion concentration, and it is based on pH values, which is why it is logarithmic, which essentially means that a change of 1 pH unit corresponds to a 10-fold change in the amount of hydrogen cations in an aqueous solution. It spans from 0 to 14, where anything below 7 is acidic, the middle point being neutral, and anything above 7 is basic. Acid deposition is generally the outcome of emissions of nitrogen oxide from vehicle exhaust and sulfur dioxide produced by oil and coal-burning industries. These malignant substances tend to be transformed into secondary pollutants such as sulfuric acid and nitric acid, which are then easily transported through the atmosphere. Acid rain causes damages and negatively impacts the wildlife populations and their habitats. It also degrades the public health of humanity and even weakens the structure of buildings and monuments. Many of the soils and water bodies in Canadian regions are affected as they lack natural alkalinity and as a result are incapable of neutralizing acid. The Atlantic Salmon Federation is committed to the conservation of the aquatic animals' ecosystems in which their survival is dependent. This association is part of the Canadian initiative to improve the quality and conditions of bodies of water by providing southern Nova Scotia numerous doses of limestone, which is a base. The Director of Regional Programs in Nova Scotia for ASF, Louis Hanks, states that the granite rock geology in Nova Scotia's southern uplands region is very slow to repair the soils needed to neutralize acidic water. The liming program is greatly beneficial as it will decrease the acidity levels that attribute to the damage done to marine creatures. There will be more employment, and the revenue made from the exportation and importation of the fish will allow for the government's economic stability. Acids and bases are used in the industry as the manufacturing of many products rely on chemical processes that involve acids or bases as reactants or catalysts. For instance, the production of fertilizers, detergents, and adhesives. Being exposed to such chemicals truly requires us to consider safety precautions, which is why when encountering any chemical, it is important to be aware of the WHMIS symbols on these products, as this is Canada's Hazard Communication Standard. This system ensures that there are adequate training and education programs for workers on the distinct cautionary labeling and the consequences if procedures are not correctly performed. Remember that if an experiment is being carried out in a lab, it is substantial to wear appropriate lab equipment.
Created using Powtoon.